And welcome in to our broadcast as we get set for the Hawks to open up the 2022 season. And we're so glad you could join us here on the broadcast. And we're coming to you in all different kind of ways. And we're hopefully you can pick us up. We're going to be on 104.3 FM. Also, you can join us if maybe that might be out of your range, if you're in another state or whatever. Thecrossfm.com is a way to contact us. Also, maybe you might want to try the Spreaker.com. And if you go to Spreaker.com, that's Spreaker.com, and search Stuart Burnett, and you will find us there as we get set to open the 2022 football season. It's a beautiful Friday night for football, about 80 degrees and slight breeze, not much, and of course the sun at our back here as we look down across the Lester Bond Field as we get set for exciting football action. I'm joined by Kim Burnett, and of course we are the only husband and wife sports broadcasting team in the country that we know of.
Amen.
All right? So
this is the third year going and we're still married?
If you can prove as another one, let us know. Okay? Well,
I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank you for the invite.
All right. Glad to have you. And as we look across the field tonight, the band is dressed in pink, and they're getting ready to do some performances on the field. The Jefferson Forest Cavaliers are in solid white with their dark black helmet and black numbers, a little bit of red trim around those numbers. And the Hawks in the solid blue with blue numbers, a little bit of white trim around those numbers, and blue helmet with a big G, capital G on the side. If you are accustomed to seeing the G that the national champion Georgia Bulldogs have on their helmet, this is a similar helmet, similar design to the Georgia Bulldogs. The big G on the side of the Hawks helmets. Last year, this matchup began now years ago when Gretna was in the Seminole back in the 70s and 80s. They played Jefferson Forest, and but now that the Hawks, of course, are in the Dogwood, Jefferson Forest, in their Seminole. And so they haven't played much except for last year they played. And the Hawks were able to come away with a 12-9 victory over at Jefferson Forest. And that game, the Hawks had a couple of big plays in that game. They came up with, I believe, 5 turnovers, and were able to squeak out a 12-9 win there against the Cavaliers a year ago. So the Cavaliers come in, of course, looking for a little bit of revenge, and we'll see how things go here. We want to again thank Campus Care Ministries and the CrossFM.com for carrying us again this year. You can hear us on 104.3 FM or the CrossFM.com, and we just thank Campers Care. We also want to, this year, do our broadcast in memory of David Lilly. David was a player in his high school days. He was a coach for a number of years and passed away this, I think it was spring, or late in the year last year, one or the other. But anyway, we since the last football season, David has passed away. Of course, former town manager, and so we do again remember David Lilly this year. Also, we'd like to thank Gretna Tire and Recapping Company, Faith, Family, and Football. You'll be hearing more about that as the season progresses. We have also tonight a special treat for you, as Vernon Moon will be recognized at halftime for his contributions to the Gretna Hawks football program over the years. Those are things that we're looking forward to tonight. We are getting set for the national anthem, which we will not be able to hear here in the studio. The windows are closed, and so we will not be able to hear that. But just the ROTC has presented the American flag and the Virginia flag, and the band will be performing the national anthem. Stuart Burnett and Kim Burnett with you. Remember, what matters now and always is the cross, and you can hear us on thecrossfm.com, 104.3 FM, and Spreaker.com at Stuart Burnett. Also, Twitter at Voice of Hawks. So, lots of ways for you to be able to pick up the game here tonight. Currently, the Gretna High School Marching Hawks are performing the national anthem, which is unable for us to be able to pick up the audio in any meaningful way here to be able to bring across to you. We are set for kickoff at 7 o'clock, which is about 9 minutes from now. And the Gretna High School Marching Hawks finishing up the national anthem. And again, we're just about 9 minutes away from kickoff. Boy, it's been a busy year for Campers Care. For those who don't know about Campers Care provides campers for people who have been displaced from their homes through natural disaster or whatever the case may be. If there's a need, they try to fill that need. And Campers Care, I was talking to Devin earlier this afternoon and asked him how many campers that they had in the field right now deployed. And he told me 2 years ago they had no campers. On August 17th, 2 years ago, they had no campers. Now they have 12 campers deployed and 4 more on the way. And this is because of the need with the flooding in western Virginia. Also, I think Buchanan County is where they've been. Also, Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky. Campers are deployed there. They also have them in Georgia and North Carolina. And we're just so proud of this organization based here in Gretna and the work that they have done and just being able to provide for those in need. And they would like to thank, and we'll leave out some of these churches, but he specifically mentioned Shiva, Midway, Greenfield, and others for helping in this cause, and just to continue to remember the Campers Care. And of course, there's always a need. If you would like to provide a monetary need or whatever need you're able to provide, contact them through Campers Care, and they can certainly direct you to what is needed.
Not only money, but toiletries and Bibles and possibly stuffed animals for the children, just clothes maybe. Just reach out to Devin and Julie about that.
All right, so the high school band still on the field. Here come the Gretna Hawks over to their sideline. Jefferson Forest have already made it over to their sideline, and we are about 6 minutes away from the kickoff. So, and the start of the 2022 football season. It's
hard to believe it's here. I'm excited.
Yeah, but I was thinking there's a few more weeks to go, and then the next thing you know, here it is. And so,
a beautiful night.
It is a beautiful night. Of course, those first nights tend to be a little warm, and you tend to have a lot of cramps and things like that. So players will need to keep their fluid intake up during the first half so that they don't suffer during that second half. But
now this is the first game on the schedule, but
yes.
But the Hawks have played several scrimmage games.
Had a couple of scrimmage games and did pretty well in those. And so we're looking forward to a great season. And it all begins right here tonight as the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers come to town. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff. Captains for the Hawks are number 10, Nick Sparrow, and number 12 is LaDonta Davis. Now coming across for the Cavaliers, 22 is Devin Parks. Number 10 is Benjamin Calkins. 62 is Joshua Holt.
19.
And number 19 is Josiah Bell. Some additions to the fields this year, new light poles and new lights. So we'll see how those perform tonight and how well they light the field. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited about the clean window in front of us.
Yeah, the old wooden poles are gone now, and now we have graduated to metal poles.
So but there is a slight problem.
Yeah,
there's a metal pole in front of the
scoreboard. Well, I haven't been able to see the scoreboard for years, so it's not a big deal for me.
Oh, well.
But anyway.
Well, we hope to report the correct score.
I think eventually that scoreboard will have to be moved. Okay, we've had the coin toss, and I wasn't looking at
football.
Not sure.
Brought the football across.
Not sure who won the toss. But anyway, we'll find out in just a moment. Again, we're about 4 minutes away from the kickoff here tonight.
Thanks for joining us.
You know, we've had a lot of floods this summer, lots of heavy rain out in the western part of Virginia, and more recently in Kentucky, Pilgrim's Knob. And Campers Care has been able to provide campers to many. Of course, there are many others who are in need, and the need certainly is there. We appreciate everything that folks in the community have done to help with Campers Care and their ministry to provide homes to those who don't have a home.
Money's important, but even more important, your prayers.
All right, the Hawks will receive the kickoff as we get set. Looks like number 31, Cameron McClendon, will be the kicker for the Cavaliers. And back deep, it's hard to see the numbers, but back deep, Hawks have 2 at the 10-yard line. And here comes the kick. This one is along the ground, and we picked up, and he took a knee as he picked it up. So number 7 there was unfortunately took a knee as he bent down to pick up that ball that had got away from him for just a moment.
Kamari Chatham.
All right, and Hawks will have it at the 21-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks from the 21. As we look now at the Hawks in their solid blue with blue helmets, the big G on the side. The Cavaliers, solid white with black numbers, red trim, black helmets. And I think there's a JF on the side. All right, the Hawks are ready for their first play from scrimmage. 4 receivers, man in motion, and a handoff inside. A small hole there, maybe to the 22, possibly near the 23, about a 2-yard gain.
Number 8.
It was number 8, Hayden Moon on the carry. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 now for the Hawks as the Hawks pick up a couple there. As we get started, of course, we're early in the first quarter. Kickoff just a moment ago. Hawks started at the 21. They have it now at their 23. Looks like the Hawks will send 2 receivers each side. And we've got a flag. Flag on the play. And this comes substitution violation against. All right, so it will be waiting to see for sure. They're waiting now for the officials to have a quick conference here, and we'll decide who this penalty was against. All right, it is actually now called against Gretna. And so it will be a 5-yard penalty against the Hawks. And so now we go to 2nd and 13 for Gretna. So interesting as the referees finally got things sorted out, and it goes against the Hawks. 2nd and 13 now for Gretna. And now here's man in motion and another flag. And the Hawks having some issues getting that offense going here. And so now it will be an illegal procedure and 5-yard penalty. And the Hawks are backing on up now to 2nd and 18. So sort of reminiscent of how we started last year with Jefferson Forest. A lot of mistakes early in that game. Now on 2nd and long. This time it's Wooden to throw. Wooden under pressure. He's able to break out at one tackle. Now throws it late, and he is going to be incomplete. And they're going to have him near the goal line, and it's possibly going to be a safety, but they did call safety.
Wow.
So the Cavaliers on the board leading 2-0 as Wooden could not find a receiver and actually comes up limping just a little bit as well after that play. So the Cavaliers on top 2-0. They will receive the kickoff here in just a moment. And so not a good first series for the Hawks as they started at their 21, made it out to the 23 before things fell apart, and ended up giving up the safety. So the Cavaliers lead it 2-0. And so now that score comes at what part of the clock?
I can't tell. 11 something.
Okay.
So it's the third play.
Within the first minute.
The third play, yeah.
And we cannot see the clock. So, all right. So now the Hawks will kick it off from the 20, and it's going to be Hayden Moon who will come in to do the kicking here. So now Moon to kick it off. And so the Hawks defense will certainly have to come alive here because the Cavaliers stand to get great field position here after this kick. The two Cavalier receivers lined up at their 35 waiting this kick from Hayden Moon. I don't expect him to kick it that deep. This goes off the side of the foot, and it will be fallen on by number 34 of the Cavaliers, as Colling was able to fall on that and cleanly field it. And so the Hawks are in a hole here. Ball will be at the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 31 of Gretna. So not a good start here for the Hawks here early in this game.
Hopefully the defense is ready.
They'll have to be. All right, so the Cavaliers come in with quarterback is number all right, they'll line up with one receiver out wide left. He's not covered. Now someone will move out to cover him. Man comes in motion, and the handoff is number 5 around the left side. He finds a little seam, goes ahead for about 5, maybe 6 yards. That was Marsteller on the carry. They'll gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Cavaliers.
He was quick.
Quarterback is number 19. Bell, Josiah Bell. He will have his running back lined up behind him, sort of a pistol look here. And 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And here's another handoff to Marsteller. Another hole. He has stood up near the line to gain, but there's a fumble. Hawks say they have it.
He was hit hard.
All right, Marsteller got nailed high, and it may have had his bell rung. He lost control of the ball, so the Hawks defense does come up with a big turnover here. Now, turnovers was the big deal last year for the Cavaliers in that low-scoring game that the Hawks were able to win. And so now 1st and 10, the Hawks get it back right around the 23-yard line. And they'll have to get something going on offense because that first series did not look good at all.
No, it didn't. Well, hopefully nervous jitters are gone and they're ready to play some football.
All right, one receiver to the left, two to the right, one on the end, and Wooden is going to hand that off to Moon. This is Hayden Moon. Hayden goes around the right side up to the 29-yard line. So a nice gain there of 6. All right, so 2nd and 4 now for the Hawks. Cavaliers lead it 2-0 on the opening safety. And now the Cavaliers got the safety kick but turned it over, and the Hawks have it 2nd and 4. Now 2 receivers left, one to the right, and it's going to be a handoff again. This across the middle for short yardage. That's Moon again for a couple. And it'll be 3rd and a short 2 coming up. Maybe 3rd and a long 1. So 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks here. So now 3rd down. Cavaliers leading 2-0. All right, Hawks will spread out. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Look for Wooden to keep here. Wooden to keep. Wooden trying to find a spot. He's got around the edge. He's got the first down. It will be upended across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 and enough for Gretna Hawks first down.
How'd you know he's going to keep that ball?
You just have a feeling.
You did. You could see it in his eyes.
Yeah, from all the way up here. Yep. Speaking of seeing it in his eyes, I better put on my second pair of eyes. Mm-hmm. Now 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their 37-yard line. And again, receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and here's a handoff. This is Moon again, trying to pick his way through, but could not get in there. Number 10 coming in for that tackle was Calkins, who was able to get in from behind and pull Moon down right around the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for the Hawks. Jefferson Forest leading 2-0. We are early in the first quarter.
8-something.
Hawks gave up a safety on their first offensive series. And so now, Hawks to the line. Receivers 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And a low snap. Wooden's going to throw. Throws it up. And it's overthrown over the wrong shoulder and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10 for the Hawks.
Amari Gunn was the intended Hawk.
Amari Gunn, and he could not get there. So 3rd down and 10 now for the Hawks. So now 3rd down, a big play here for the Gretna Hawks. They need 10 yards to keep this drive going. All right, so now the Hawks to the line. And we've got 2 receivers right, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And here's Wooden to throw. Pressure comes. He steps ahead, gets caught by the shirt and pulled down by number 53. And that is Sam Buckley. And Buckley is able to pull him down. A couple yards lost. It'll be 4th down. So 4th down in a punting situation here for the Hawks. It'll be Donald Wilson III in to punt this one away. All right, waiting for the snap here. Gets a high snap. He's able to get it, but he falls down, and that ball should be dead. That should have been dead, and it should possibly be a penalty.
I would say so.
That's going to be a roughing. That's going to be a penalty against Jefferson Forest. So when Wilson went up to get the high snap, he came down and took a knee, and then he was hit after the play. So this is a 15-yard penalty against the Cavaliers. And the Hawks catch a break here. And so now, okay, waiting to see if this. Okay, this is after the play, so the penalty goes against Jefferson Forest, and they will have the ball. So the ball now will be placed at the Gretna 36-yard line. It was a dead ball penalty against Jefferson Forest. All right, so now 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback is Bell. Bell has 2 running backs. He's going to hand it to the back, number 5, Marsteller, ahead for about 4. So Marstella for, we'll call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. All right, so now the Cavaliers using Marsteller a lot here, running the ball. Now 2nd down. And here's another handoff. Marsteller gets a gap there, and he's through the gap. Head for the 1st down inside of the 20 to the 18-yard line. Marsteller, and Jefferson Forest picks up the 1st down. Cavaliers now in great field position inside of the red zone at the 18 with 1st and 10 as Marsteller's best run of the night.
45.
All right. Quarterback from the shotgun. Going to give it to Marsteller again. Marsteller around the right side. Tackle made there. Short gain. That was number 2. Jiggets on the stop. And they're going to keep it right. Flag on the play as well. There was a flag at the 15. This one goes against Jefferson Forest. I'm guessing it's a holding penalty. It is a holding penalty. So this is going to make it 1st and 17. 1st and 17 now for the Cavaliers after the holding penalty. And so now Cavaliers will change out their running back here. And the quarterback has 3 receivers left side. He's going to hand it off. Number 20 around the left side. A lot of room. He could go. He's at the 10, 5 near the goal line. Stood up at the goal line. Did not get in, but he picked up about 15 yards. I'll check that. It was picked up about 20 yards. So 1st and goal around the 3.
Ethan Boone.
Around the 3-yard line.
Jefferson Forest is looking solid.
All right, here's the handoff. Number 20 stood up at the goal line, and there's a struggle there, but he stopped it about the 1. That was Calkins.
10.
All right, so now 2nd and goal from about the 2. Again, Marsteller had been the running back, and now they go with number 20 here. This series is Ethan Boone. And now here's the keeper by the quarterback. Straight ahead. Touchdown, Cavaliers. That was number 19, Josiah Bell, for the 2-yard plunge. And the Cavaliers lead it 8-0 with the extra point pending. We're here in the 1st quarter, and now just under 5 minutes. The Cavaliers lead it 8-0. And kicker now, number 31 for the extra point, is McClendon. McClendon takes a low snap, and he'll kick it through. So good job there as the holder had to pick up that one off the ground. He got it there, held for the kicker, who makes the extra point. And the Hawks find themselves in a 9-0 hole here in the 1st quarter. And really offensively, Gretna just has been off the mark here in the first couple of series. They haven't been able to do much offensively with giving up the safety and then too many penalties, trying to get things going, getting behind the sticks and having to throw the ball. And these are all recipes for disaster, and the Cavaliers have taken advantage, although they've had their issue as well with the turnover. here in the first quarter. The Cavaliers right now lead at 9-0 over the Gretna Hawks, and they will kick it off once again. And we'll see if Gretna can get something going here. Real good kick returner back there for the Hawks is LaDonta Davis. I don't think they're going to kick it to him, though. And he had a great year last year kicking kickoff returns. And so now we've got Jefferson Forest trying a little gimmick there. They hadn't blown the whistle yet. And Cavaliers now will spread out, and the kicker will take his steps back, and he will have about a 9-yard approach to the ball. And here he comes. Kick is on the way along the ground, hit the up man, and he will fall on it at the 47-yard line. So a good job there by, I'll try to catch that number. I think it was 16. Number 16, Barber, who was able to fall on that and did a good job.
He did.
So the Hawks have their best field position of the evening. We'll see if they can take advantage here from their almost 48-yard line. So now 1st and 10 for Gretna. They find themselves in a 9-0 hole here early in this contest. We are late in the first quarter, and the Hawks need some offense. Man in motion, they drop the ball, and there's the penalty. Again, this is going to be a procedure call against Gretna. And are you keeping up with the penalties? So another penalty there, and the Hawks are shooting themselves in the foot here on offense so far. 1st and 15 now for Gretna. They'll send a receiver to the two receivers right, one to the left. And the man comes in motion, and Wooden to carry. Wooden finds a little room, and he will get it back to that 5 yards that they lost on the previous penalty. And so he'll take it to actually pick up about 6. 2nd and 9 after a 6-yard gain by Melvin Wooden. So Wooden carrying that ball kind of loosely there. He'll need to get that ball in closer. Carrying it in his left arm, and it was a little loose out there, but he'll have to be cautious of that. 2nd and 9 now for the Hawks, hosting the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers. And so now, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wooden to throw. Wooden going for all of it. Throws it up there, and it's going to be out past the intended receiver. Number 3, Matthew Thompson. Matthew Thompson, the senior, last year missed a lot of time because of injury. Good to see him back in a Hawks uniform this year. 3rd and 9 for the Hawks. Again, that pass just a little too far for Thompson.
How about some little 5-yard passes?
Well, hopefully they'll go to some of that.
We haven't seen it yet.
3rd and 9, and definitely a passing situation. 4 receivers for the Hawks, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap, and Wooden under pressure, rolls out, now throws through the arms of a defender and incomplete. Wow. Intended receiver was LaDonta Davis, but I think it was number 8, Slade Kazee, for breaking that up.
I'm glad he didn't keep it.
And so now in to punt is number 9, Donald Wilson III. Hopefully he'll get a better snap this time, be able to get a punt off, as the Hawks really need to turn this field position, and they could do that with a good punt and good coverage here. So this time a good snap, and here's the kick. Pretty good kick off the right side, and a fair catch called for by Jefferson Forest at about the 27-yard line. So the Cavaliers will start their third possession at the 27-yard line.
3 minutes.
Which is their worst field position of the evening. We'll see if the Hawks defense can make a play. The Cavaliers offense really picked it up on that second series with nice runs and eventually getting the touchdown.
They seem to have a solid game plan. Nothing in the air, all on the ground.
All right, we'll see Marsteller back in the running back position. Quarterback is going to take it and hand it off to Marsteller. Marsteller picking his way, flag on the play, and good 10-yard run there. But we have an injured Cavalier, and we have a flag on the play. This flag on the play is probably going to be holding, and the injured Jefferson Forest player is number 60, who gets up and will go off to the sideline. That's Tyrese Callaway, who will gingerly move off the field. And the penalty, holding against Jefferson Forest. And again, the Hawks defense has got to do something about this running attack that the Cavaliers have. Fortunately, there was a holding penalty, which might have been the reason why they were able to run it so effectively there. So Bell has Marsteller in the backfield. Man in motion comes across. The handoff is Marsteller. Marsteller picking his way, caught from behind after about a 5-yard gain. So it's second down and about 12. Second and 12 for the Cavaliers. A couple receivers out to the right side. And this time it's another run by Marsteller. Marsteller tripped up trying to get around the end. And so that was Thompson, I think, who stumbled and was able to still make the tackle. And so now third down after a gain of a couple, 3rd and 10.
Matthew Thompson did bring him down with a shoestring.
3rd and 10 now for the Cavaliers.
Marsteller, if you could see him, he's 5'7". He's shorter than anybody else on the field.
He's got some good size in front of him. He's able to get some good blocks along that line.
And get through. And he's solid. He's got a good run.
All right, we've got timeout. Timeout Gretna. Hawks take a timeout right here. And so with Jefferson Forest leading 9-0, Hawks defense needed to draw up something here for this 3rd and long play. And so
about a minute left.
Down to about a minute left here in the first quarter. So it's been all Jefferson Forest here in the first quarter. The Hawks with too many penalties and just not able to get going on offense. And the Cavaliers starting to improve on their early jitters here in the last couple of series. So here we are with about a minute to go in the first quarter, and the big 3rd and 10 play coming up for the Cavaliers. We haven't seen the Cavaliers throw the ball tonight, but expect some kind of a pass here. And so Bell will have 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 to the right. And Bell will take it, and he's looking to throw. He's going to go to Marsteller underneath, and he falls down. He makes the catch, and actually be no gain. So it'll be 4th and 10 for the Cavaliers. Not what Bell was looking for there. He was looking deep, but he had to check off and go underneath. And then Marsteller had to just fall down as he made the catch. No gain. And so Marsteller now is also the punter, apparently.
Marsteller is a senior.
Back deep for the Hawks. Didn't catch his number. He'll stand about the 45. Marsteller to take the snap, and he will kick it. And this will not be returnable. It's his nice kick. It rolls out of bounds about the Gretna 42.
Kamari Chatton was hoping it would get to him, but it didn't make it.
All right, so the Hawks will have it at about their 42. We'll see if they can get something going on offense here. They just haven't been able to do it with some penalties and some inconsistencies. A couple of throws that were open but overthrown. So, again, just need to get things going better on offense. Jefferson Forest leads at 9-0 as we are almost through the first quarter here.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, it's going to be Wooden to take the snap. He hands it off. All right, it's straight ahead, and not much there as that defensive line dominates there. And they're going to give him a couple of yards. I didn't see that. So 2nd down and 8. Did not catch who carried that. Number 14 on that carry.
Zimmerman Younger.
So now 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 now for the Hawks. A lot of receivers here. If they're going to run it, this again is same run there and same result.
We got an injured. Well, he came up, but he's hurt. Number 62 for Jefferson Forest.
Looks like a loss on that play, so it'll be 3rd and long coming up as the quarter will come to an end. And second quarter will be coming up here momentarily as we reach the end of the first quarter. The Cavaliers lead it 9-0. And that's the first quarter in the books. I want to remind you, we'd like to thank Gretna Drug for their support of Campers Care Ministries and the CrossFM.com. Thanks to Chappie Brown and the staff there at Gretna Drug for all they do. Certainly appreciated by our community. And thanks again for your leadership through COVID with vaccinations. And, of course, always with the prescription service there, with the drive-up service as well at Gretna Drug.
Hey, you can go inside and do a little shopping, too.
That's right. So, the Hawks, again, find themselves in 3rd and long passing situation. And so far, we have not completed any passes. And Wooden has not had a lot of time to throw. He's been flushed out of the pocket. And so we'll see if he's able to make a connection here.
He's done a little running, 9 yards.
So 3rd down. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Wooden takes the snap. Good protection. Now he steps up, has a little room to run. He's going to throw. And this one, is it complete? Waiting to see if it's complete.
Amari Gunn.
They call it complete.
All right.
Amari Gunn with the catch.
We'll take it.
For about 9 yards. 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
That's the 5th pass, finally positive.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Jefferson Forest 46-yard line. Now 1st and 10. Again, running back here in this series, Zamran Younger. Here's a man in motion, comes across, the handoff. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks another tackle. And 3rd time's a charm for the Cavaliers as they will finally stand up Younger, and he will lose about 5 yards. And so Younger was able to break the first couple of tackles, but pursuit finally got to him.
Well, actually, it was 4. For Jefferson Forest, Cavaliers that brought him down.
So now 2nd and 14. Younger will come out on this play. Back in Hayden Moon. And now 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Hawks looking to the sideline to get the play. And a man in motion. And they'll fake it to him. And again, Wooden under pressure immediately. Wow. And he will be sacked for about a 3-yard loss. So the initial Jefferson Forest defender was not blocked by anybody. So he had a straight shot to Wooden, and that blew up the play. So Wooden did what he could to make up something out of nothing, but we'll end up losing a couple. 3rd and 17. 3rd and 17 now. Wooden, another long passing situation. Wooden, quick throw, complete.
Woo.
1 tackle broken, but that's all. I think it was Thompson on the catch. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Maybe he got one. And it'll be 4th and 15. 4th and 15. And the Hawks will need to punt once again. Now the Donald Wilson will be called on once again to kick away here for the Gretna Hawks. Again, the Cavaliers leading 9-0 here in the second quarter.
That receiver for 1 yard, you would not believe the pain that he got from catching that ball.
All right, so waiting for the snap, a good snap. Gets the kick away, not the best, and it's going to bounce dead around the 31-yard line. Wilson wanted a penalty, but he did not get it there for some kind of contact. But again, Jefferson Forest takes over on downs after the punt. And wondering if Gretna might want to start doing the short passing on 1st and 2nd down instead of waiting to 3rd and long. We'll see. Now 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. They lead at 9-0. Last year, the Cavaliers scored 9 points in the entire game. They have 9 in the first quarter. All right, now 1st and 10. And here's the handoff. This is a nice running room there up through the middle. Number 20, that was Boone again. And he picks up all the way to the 44-yard line. So that's about 14 yards. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Again, that offensive line there for the Cavaliers is doing some damage, opening up some holes here. And now here's the snap and the handoff again to Boone up the middle, and he's just galloping through the middle. Another 11-yard gain. That is Ethan Boone with 2 back-to-back big carries for the Cavaliers. And that Jefferson Forest offensive line is blowing the Hawks off the ball here in this drive. 1st and 10 inside of the 45. And here's the snap, and the handoff again is Boone. Boone, this time for shorter yardage, and he'll be wrapped up after about a 4-yard gain. And so now 2nd down, give him 3, 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 now for the Cavaliers.
Kamari Chatton brought him down and then also helped him up. That was nice.
All right, so now 2nd down. 2nd down, and here's another throw this time. First throw, and we got a penalty before the play. And so the Jefferson Forest illegal procedure against them. And so now 5-yard penalty takes it back to the 46-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. 2nd and 12 now for the Cavaliers. All right, we'll see if they go back to the pass here or if they go back to the run. On 2nd down. And here's a run by number 5. Lots of room on the right side. He's down the sideline, around the corner, 20, 10, and out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Nice run there by Marsteller.
36 yards. From
the 46 down to, they're going to mark him out at the 15. So take 5 off of that. It'll be 1st and 10 there. And a timeout, Gretna. Hawks will take another timeout here as the Cavaliers are putting together a great drive here that started at about their 30-yard line. They have it at the Gretna 15 after some nice runs, actually all running plays here in this drive. And big chunks of yardage coming in the middle and around the outside. So the duo of Marsteller and Boone is getting it done for the Cavaliers.
I have Marsteller at 90 yards.
I have a question with that thing there. I thought that was a 20-yard gain there. Okay. But still, yeah, he's racking up yards. And so and good beef along that for those four along the Jefferson Forest line are doing the job. I mean, they're pushing the Hawks off the line and doing an outstanding job. We'll see if they go back to the middle here. Marsteller takes it to the middle and short yardage here. He'll get maybe 3.
3-yard gain brings up
And it'll be second down now, 2nd and 7 for the Cavaliers.
And to give this time Alex Marsteller with the carry. Once again, this time he bounces off the left
So what's that, up 65 yards?
68.
68 yards for Marsteller. And Boone also racking up some yards on this drive as well. All right,
48.
so 48 for Boone. Here's Marsteller. And a nice tackle this time by number 7. That's Kamari Chatton. Loss of 1.
Who had it?
That was Marsteller. 3rd and 8.
Okay.
Now you have to wonder right here if the Cavaliers might go to the air on 3rd and 8. They're going to send 2 receivers left, 1 out wide right. He will have Boone by his left side. And here's a throw and incomplete.
To number 3.
And Nick Sparrow with pressure on the quarterback as he threw it. It goes incomplete.
Colton Childress was the intended receiver.
And he had it in his hands but just could not pull it in. And so now we'll have a field goal attempt. And they're going to set it up at around the 31 yards. And number 31 will do the kicking. That is McClendon. This will be a 31-yard kick. Here's the snap, the placement. And this one is through the uprights. It's good. And so the Cavaliers increase their lead to 12-0. But kudos to the Gretna defense for making a stand there as the Cavaliers got into the red zone. But the Hawks were able to hold them to a field goal. Keep this at a 2-score margin, 12-0. But if the offense cannot get going, 12 points is going to be hard to overcome. Gretna's offense just has not had it here in the first half.
We have 6 minutes in this quarter.
I feel like you need to get a score before
We have
halftime.
2 more quarters,
You really
yeah.
do.
But I'm going
Get
to tell
some
you,
momentum.
Jefferson Forest is very impressive.
All right, so the Cavaliers increase their lead to 12-0. And we'll kick it off to the Hawks. All right, that 31-yard field goal, good, and he had room for more. Plenty of leg in that kick. And now he is set to kick it off. This is McClendon. And again, they haven't kicked deep. We'll see if they decide to. And nope, going to kick it short. Takes a bounce, picked up at the 31, coming across the side, up the sideline.
Yeah.
He's got running room, got one man to beat the kicker, and he'll be blocked away down the sideline. It's number 3, Matthew Thompson, taking it to the house. 69-yard return.
He never was touched.
All right, so the Hawks. Oh, no. They're going to call a block in the back, illegal block in the back. And this is coming back.
Oh, no.
It had to have been against the kicker because he was the only one nearby. Okay, so it comes back to the 31, and they will mark it off from the 30.
Oh, my word. No, the Gretna fans
Illegal
are very
block in the back.
upset.
Takes the points off the board. Nice return, though, by Matthew Thompson. All right. Ball placed at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Gretna. Trailing 12-0.
Undoubtedly the biggest mistake. It wipes a touchdown off the board, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 39.
All right, so
It's not bad field position, certainly for Gretna. Best of the night, in fact, with a touchdown.
it's going to be
on the block in the back call.
Moon in the backfield with Wooden. And Wooden to keep. Wooden finds a little seam, and he's going to be ahead for about 10 yards or more. They'll push the pile ahead. He's going to gain about 12 or 13 yards. Wooden there with a nice run.
First down.
And so the Hawks maybe got a little bit mad about that call. And so they seem to be pumped up right now. So 1st and 10 now for Gretna at the 26-yard line of Jefferson Forest. Here's Wooden, handoff. This is Moon. Moon caught by the leg. Will not get past the line of scrimmage.
62 and 53 brought him
down. Second down now. Who's that?
Samuel Buckley and Joshua Holt brought Moon down. We've got an injured Hawk on the field still.
All right. We think it's a cramp. We're not sure. A timeout on the field, and I cannot get the number. Looks like one of our linemen.
35. Do we have a 35?
So right now, it is a leg injury. Whether it's a cramp or not, we don't know at this point. So injury timeout on the field. Reminder, coming up a little bit later this fall, Campers Care and the CrossFM.com will be doing the Old Timers again this fall. So that's something we can look forward to a little bit later on in
October.
We think October. And so be looking out for that coming on in the future. All right, the 75 is the injured Hawk. That is Nicholas Brooks. He's up. And coming off.
He's walking gingerly.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a cramp or not. All right, 2nd and 10 coming up for the Hawks as they'll have to find a replacement there for Nicholas Brooks. Again, they'll take a look at him and see what his outlook is for the rest of this game. All right, so now 2nd down. So we've got Wooden and Moon. Wooden to carry. Wooden following his block, cuts back inside. Nice run by Wooden.
Yeah.
Knocked down at the 15-yard line. He's got enough for a first down. Melvin Wooden.
11 yards.
11 yards on that carry. So the Hawks trying to put some points on the board. After they had some points on the board, they got taken off the board. Now 1st and 10 at the 15. All right, Wooden takes the snap, and this time he'll run again left side. Not much there. Tried to follow the block of Hayden Moon, and he will get right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a short loss there. Now 2nd and a long 10 coming up for the Hawks. Stuart Burnett and Kim Burnett with you on Friday Night Lights as the Hawks open up their season against the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers. Cavaliers lead at 12-0. Wooden to throw. That's holding over here on the left side. Wooden is flushed out. Goes around the left side. Gets a nice block. Around the 10-yard line. It stood up there. We had our lineman on the left side was holding. I could see it plain as day, but there was no call.
There's no flag. No flag there.
So a 5-yard gain, or just a little more than 5.
I say you got 6.
And third and about 5 coming up. So now 3rd down play. This is a key play here because you don't want to go to 4th down. We'll see if the Hawks can punch it in here. Going to move Moon out, so it's Wooden by himself in the backfield. And now to throw. Hit as he throws. Throws it up for grabs, and it is knocked down.
Wow, number
as
29.
It was underthrown just a little bit.
Cooper Zoloff for Jefferson Forest just smacked it down to the ground.
Zuloff on the breakup. Brings it down to 4th down. And Wooden probably put a little too much air under that. It took a little too much time to get to the receiver. So 4th down. And the Hawks need points here, trailing 12-0. They can get the first down without a touchdown. They need about 5 yards.
They're going for it.
I'm looking for Wooden to keep here, really am. They're going to try to draw Jefferson Forest off sides, and that's not going to work. And now they'll take the delay of game penalty. Delay of game, and so that's a 5-yard penalty against the Hawks. And so now,
they're up to
4th and 10.
20 yards in penalties for the Hawks.
Initially, we're trying to draw the Cavaliers off sides, and then they had to be aware that they couldn't take too much time. And again, just an error. So now, from the 15-yard line, Wooden definitely going to throw here. Here's Wooden under pressure, flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet. Now throws late. He's got a man. Touchdown! Nice catch by number 5. That's Ryder Brooks on the catch. 15-yard strike from Melvin Wooden, who bought time and looked like he might have been going to decide to run it. Then he held up and threw a dart to Ryder Brooks, who took a tough hit, a low hit, and got the score. So the Hawks are back in, cutting the lead to 12-6, and they'll go for 2.
All right. It's about 3 minutes before halftime, Stuart.
All right, so late substitution as Hayden Moon comes in. Wooden will go under center, and he's going to hand it off here to Moon. He will not make it. Our score remains Jefferson Forest 12, Gretna 6 here in the second quarter. Timeout on the field. Reminder, we will be back here at home again next week. And if you think tonight's a tough game, it's EC Glass here next Friday night. And then the Hawks will go to Magna Vista for week 3. So a tough start here for the Hawks. They're hanging in here against the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers. Finally got the offense moving. Really, they had a kickoff called back, and that may have sparked the offense to do its job, as they were able to put together a nice drive to cap off that long return by Thompson for 6, and they've cut the lead in half.
Ryder Brooks got that ball. Yeah.
All right, so kicking off is Moon. And again, neither team has kicked it deep tonight, so playing keep away from those back returners. And I expect this to be a short kick as well. Here comes the kick. A little pooch kick. Fair catch called for at the 35-yard line and made there by number 13 for the Cavaliers. That's Tyler George. So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Ball at the 35-yard line for the Cavaliers. And we'll see now if the Cavaliers go to the air a little bit to try to put in a score here before the half. So now with Jefferson Forest leading by a score of 12-6, Cavaliers offense is back on the field. Remember, coming up at halftime, a special tribute to Vernon Moon. We hope to have that for you here. All right, here's the quarterback, Bell. Going to hand off to Marstella. Marstella, again, a nice run up the middle, picks up about 8.
He had 3 Hawks chasing him. Finally brought him down.
He's having a great first half. And
75 yards already.
Okay. All right, so about 8 on that. 2nd and 2. Did have a fumble earlier after a big hit, but he has come back and has responded well.
We've seen him catch the ball. We've seen him punt the ball. He can do a lot.
All right, so 2nd down. And here's Bell to throw. Looking now, throws underneath. It's complete. And the hit on the sideline is going to be late.
Man.
That's a mistake by Gretna. That was going to be, I think, a first down after the catch, which would have been to the 45. And then as he was standing on the sideline, the Gretna player comes in late, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So 15 yards will be tacked on here. And, again, that kills you because you're trying to hold Jefferson Forest out, and time is on your side, and you don't want to give up 15 yards. But so 15-yard penalty will take it to the 30 to the 45-yard line to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 40 of Gretna. Well, actually, they're going to move it to the they only moved at 10 yards, so I think they made a mistake there.
I'm sure the Jefferson Forest side will.
Yeah, it needs to be 5 more yards.
There
you go.
I
have to correct the officials from all the way up here.
He heard you.
All right. Now at the 40, 1st and 10. Now the Cavaliers really can go back to the run game here. 1st and 10. Marstella to get it. Marsteller, again, knifing through and picks up about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 now for the Cavaliers. Again, they've got 3 timeouts left. They got plenty of timeouts in their pocket. Now on 2nd down, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And now here's another keeper. Quarterback overthrows the intended receiver. I saw a flag
21.
on Gretna there, so we got a holding penalty, I think, against Gretna on the receiver.
Lucas Calkins was the intended receiver of that pass.
So I don't understand the receiver picking up the flags like that. It is holding.
Holding against Jefferson Forest.
I thought it was holding against Gretna. But we'll see here for sure.
Of course, I was watching number 5.
This is holding against Gretna.
Gretna? Okay.
Yeah, the intended receiver was held.
10 yards?
This is going to be from the spot of the infraction down to the 20. And Jefferson Forest is going to... That should have been a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. And so we are waiting to see. The officials are still discussing this. But I would have thought that would have been 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. All right, so now the officials will get that ball and bring it back where it needs to be again. And so they'll mark that 10 yards from the 35, which was the line of scrimmage. Yeah. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. Jefferson Forest leading 12-6. They're on the move here late in the second quarter. Hawks have had a couple penalties on this drive to help them out. Here's Marsteller. Nice run. Marstella's going to score. He takes that in virtually untouched from the 25-yard line. That's Marsteller. That puts him at about 100 yards.
105. 10 carries for 105 yards.
So, again, Marsteller has done the damage. But, again, credit that offensive front by the Cavaliers. And so now in for the extra point is Cameron McClendon. Score goes to 18-6 with the extra point pending. And waiting now for the extra point. Good snap, kick on the way, and it is good. And so the Cavaliers extend the lead back out now to 19-6, and in the waning moments here of the second quarter. Again, there on that drive, the Gretna Hawks defense, a couple of penalties there you'd like to have back. The late hit on the sideline, 15 yards there, and then the holding penalty on the pass, another big penalty there, and the Cavaliers put it together for a nice drive right here before halftime to take back the momentum that Gretna had.
Well, we know what happened last time.
So we'll see if the Hawks can put together another good kickoff return here.
Maybe Matthew Thompson can take it all the way in.
I don't think this ball is going past the up front guys. I think they're going to kick it really short here. All right, so Cavaliers ready to kick it off. It's going to be a short one. No reason to kick it deep. And here we go. Almost like an onside kick. The Hawks cover it. And so the Hawks will get it with great field position at about the 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there.
Looks like that was number 2 that recovered that. Is that a 2?
That would have been Jiggets if it is.
That's number 2.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Now 1st and 10.
So we're at the...
Does anybody know how much time we got left?
45.
Okay.
47.
How much?
No, at the yardage. It's a 1-something.
Okay. A minute and change. 1st and 10 for the Hawks here, needing to answer back. They need a big play here. Wooden now back to pass. Dumps it off to Moon. Moon has no blockers, and he's going to be met by a trio of Cavaliers, and they will take him down, make it 4 Cavaliers. He'll lose 1 yard. All right, so Moon makes the catch, but there's a wall of Cavaliers there waiting for him. He loses a yard. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 11 now for the Hawks.
It's good to see Hayden back on the field. Last year he was on the sidelines on the injured list, so I'm happy to see him back.
Wooden to throw. Wooden flushed out of the pocket. Flag on the play. He's going to get hit as he throws it. Going deep and incomplete.
No,
flag down on that end as well. So we've got offsetting penalties here. We're going to have a hold. We're going to have a hold and a pass interference. So this is going to be replay. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 coming up. And so now 2nd and 11, if we think the offsetting penalties are as we believe. And again, Cavaliers putting pressure on Wooden all night. And so we've got offsetting penalties. We'll replay the down. And so 2nd and 11. All right, now 2nd down. We've got 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Again, the Hawks have got to find a way to protect their quarterback. He's under pressure pretty much from the snap. And here's Wooden to throw. Now throws it. Nice throw. I don't think Davis was able to catch that, as he was hit right as he tried to take that in. It goes incomplete. 3rd and 11 now for the Hawks. So 19-6, the Cavaliers lead it, and Hawks find themselves with 3rd and 11. And the question here is, do you go for this or do you run it? We'll see what the Hawks decide. What you don't want to have here is a turnover or an interception that leads to points before halftime.
Does 75 make it back out there? I don't see him on
I don't know.
sideline.
All right, so we've got timeout Gretna. That's their last timeout.
I just have that as their 2nd timeout.
No, they've had 3. Looking for 75. Yes, I think he's out there. No.
You know, he
No, that's
injured
77.
his foot.
Yeah, I don't see him. So what we've got here is third down coming up, and if you throw it and it's incomplete, you stop the clock. Cavaliers, of course, would really like for you to do that. If you run it, they have the option of taking a timeout to save time. So we'll see what the Hawks decide to do. It's not a clear-cut decision here. So 3rd and 12.
Let me drop in there next week. Can you text me?
All right, the Hawks will come to the line. And Wooden slowly makes his way out. It looks like he's going to be by himself in the backfield. So the Hawks are going to send 5 receivers out in this play. Wooden to throw, under pressure, immediately wrapped up and brought down. A loss of about 4. And the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers take the timeout. That'll stop the clock. 4th down coming up. 4th down and about 16 coming up for the Hawks. And Jefferson Forest is leading 19-6. And again, the Hawks need to get a good punt out of here and get good coverage and try to hold the Cavaliers out for what would be a knockout punch to go up by another score. Right now, you're still within range, 19-6. But if the Cavaliers are able to tack on another one here, that really puts you in a hole. So we'll see if the defense.
Jefferson Forest gets the ball back when we return.
We'll see if the defense can hold them out here. Coming up at halftime, a tribute to Vernon Moon. That will be coming up at halftime. Okay, so the Hawks are going to kick here. 4th down. Here's the snap. A little bit late getting the kick away, but he gets it away. And no return. It's going to take a sideways hop and will roll dead at about the 36-yard line. And so the Hawks defense now will be called on to hold out the Cavaliers. Remember, they got a real good kicker as well, so if they can get this thing in field goal range, they would not hesitate to try to kick the field goal. So see if the Cavaliers' offense goes more to the air here. You would expect them to. So we'll see what Josiah Bell can do here from the passing situation that he's in now. Looks like they're going to go with 3 receivers to the left, 1 out to the right. And the Hawks go to a sort of zone coverage here on this side. And so Bell will now throw it out to number 20.
Wow.
That's going to be a short catch there. Is number 20, Ethan Boone, gets it for a short gain. And that really was not what Jefferson Forest wanted out of that. A 1-yard gain, they'll have to take another timeout. So now it's 2nd and 8. So good pursuit there by the Gretna defense to not let Boone get loose and rack up big yards after the catch, as he only picked up a couple.
I mean, he had 3 Hawks around him.
So now it makes it 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 now for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers leading 19-6. And so Hawks had cut it to 12-6. The Jefferson Forest Cavaliers answered back with 7 points to extend the lead back out to 19-6. So 4 receivers, 2 each way for the Cavaliers. Bell has, I believe that's Boone near him. And back to throw. Good time. Over the middle. Complete. Number 3 inside of the 40-yard line. Little push there after the play. And
really?
So that goes down to the 37-yard line to number 3, Colton Childress. And he had all day to throw that one, Bell did. So 1st down now at the 37. And here's Bell to throw. Bell over the middle and past the receiver's extended hand. And so that makes it 2nd and 10. Again, Jefferson Forest looking perhaps to get into field goal range if nothing else here. So ball from the 37-yard line now. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for the Cavaliers. Quarterback Bell is getting good time in the pocket. Hawks have not been able to get a lot of pressure. Now 2nd and 10. I think that's Boone at his backside. And here's the snap. And pressure this time. Hit as he throws. This will be ruled incomplete. Coming in there was Sparrow. Nick Sparrow
got him
on the
sack.
Not a sack because it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10. All right. This time substitution. Marsteller comes in for Boone at running back. And so now 3rd and 10. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And this time, quarterback deep drop. He's got pressure. Sparrow's going to catch him from behind. Nick Sparrow with the sack this time, Kim.
All right. I see the difference.
Loss
Thank
of
you
4.
for the tip. The teachable moment.
And a timeout now for Jefferson Forest. So far the Gretna defense has answered the call here on this final drive of the half. Makes it 4th and 13. And now we'll see if they have a flea flicker or some type of hook and ladder or some type of play where they can pull here on Gretna. They've got to get 13 or 14 yards for the first down. Now 4th down.
I'm sure both sides are tired.
Yeah. Okay, now on 4th down, they're going to send coverage back, sort of a safety coverage here. Hawks are kind of playing back a little bit, the 2 safeties back, and trying to prevent the first down right here. 3 receivers right side. He's going to go for all of it, throws it up, and there's a group there, and it is knocked down by Gretna as the time sounds to end the first half. Well, Hawks improving through the second quarter, but they find themselves in a hole, trailing Jefferson Forest 19-6 here at halftime. We are going to have our stats, of course, shortly. Also, want to remind you too for the tribute to Vernon Moon, and Vernon is going to be brought out, and I'm not able to really see from my vantage. Oh, he's coming out now, and so
joining him in front of the track in just a minute is
I see
Principal Eric Moon.
a lot of folks down here. Coach Miller is down there. Looks like Pete Fulper down there.
Booster President Dr. Pete Fulper.
And so we Vernon coming out.
Following this presentation, the Gretna Marching Hawks will
A little fist bump there with Coach Miller, and a little conversation between them that we cannot hear. And so I know there's a microphone down there somewhere. All right. And not sure we're going to be able to pick that up. We'll see.
We will begin with a welcome by our principal, Mr. Eric Moon. Let's welcome him, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I'm going to try to pick it up off of your mic.
Thank you, Mr. Moon. And now we have some words from our coach, our football coach, Sean Miller.
If you think about Gretna football, you can't leave out Martin Moon. He's been here over 20 years, working behind the scenes in our program, and Dublin, and we wish you the best.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, I'm not sure how well you're able to pick
Dr.
this up.
Fulper, former president of Gretna Football Boosters, will share.
I'm not sure if it's locked or unlocked.
I'm not originally from here. I moved here in '79 and really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Gretna football, but I did know Mr. Moon, that he was influential and helpful in establishing a veterinary clinic in Gretna. He also sold tires always for a fee. And I was down there at a shop one time in 1996, and he summoned me into his office and was concerned and wanted to know my opinion on that. Gretna was in the middle of, kind of sort of tail end of their losing streak at that time. And he wanted to know what I thought about it, if they do something to change things. He knew I played some football in the past, and I can't remember if I said anything at all. But anyway, that was the same year that Coach Prunty was made head coach at Gretna. And him and Vernon developed a little bit of a relationship. And Vernon let it be known to him that if he could help him in any way, with anything, let him know he'd try to make it happen. And that was kind of the unofficial beginning of the booster club. They would come to Vernon with a need, and if Vernon couldn't satisfy himself, he'd find somebody that could. Did all kind of things like buying equipment for the practice field, updated the weight room, built a field house, sent athletes to camp, pre-game meals, and all kinds of stuff like that. It all kind of went towards the turnaround. When I was kind of looking at things, getting ready to make this presentation, I ran across an article where there was a guy named Scott Westfall that had done he had written a 270-some page thesis on going from on a great turnaround in high school football.
I came out to you because I heard you sound like a
I called him and talked to him about things, and he said there were several things in these turnaround. He studied 11 teams in the state of Michigan in depth and identified several things that was common to all of them when they had a turnaround. The first one was a coach that was late and motivated players to want to achieve the same goal he did and had the vision to do the same thing to get there. And I think Coach Prunty was the man for the job for that. He was as good as they get. The next thing was there was always they would have a strong weight conditioning program. And Coach Prunty checked that box too. After he had time enough to develop his players, they soon found out that they were more physically fit and able to handle their opponents, and then the wins started coming. They came so after going toward the end, we came to these games knowing we was going to win. We just didn't know whether we were going to score 50 points before halftime or we'd have to wait to the second half. But anyway, the third thing was there was support from outside support, like from the community. And that's where Vernon stepped up to the plate, and that was furnished that way. And I'm not saying there weren't other individuals that also helped, but Vernon caught fire and held on and developed into the Booster Club. And we're still functioning today, still helping all we can. Anyway, I've got one other thing. I called that Scott Westfall and asked him where he thought Gretna's turnaround, or how he thought it was compared to the ones he studied. He said that of the 11 he studied, none of them had lost as many as 40 games, and none of them had won more than 2 state championships. And he said I could quote him and say, he kind of looked all around the country. He said I could quote him in saying that he does not know of any other turnaround that was as impressive as Gretna. So it's quite possible we have the most impressive turnaround in the history of high school football in the whole country. Anyway, I've got a plaque here for Vernon. At the top of the plaque it says the turnaround of Gretna football. Down in the lower left-hand corner, it's got 0 wins and 44 losses. And then there's a spear pointing up to the right-hand corner where it says 38 wins, no losses, 5 state championships. Down at the bottom it says Vernon Moon at the tip of the spear. And I'm going to give this to Vernon, and he can do what he wants to do.
Thank you, Dr. Fulper. And thank you, Mr. Moon, for all of your contributions to our sports program, especially football, here at Gretna High School. We appreciate the decades that you have given. Thank you so much.
Okay, and there's our tribute. And I don't know how well you were able to hear it. I hope you could. And we're going to try to get this window closed. All right, here at halftime, and again, thanks to Vernon Moon for all of his contributions to the Gretna football program over the past many years, and for his vision for the future here. All right, now the Gretna Marching Hawks are going to do a
Grease tribute.
Short thing, and a Grease tribute. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Olivia Newton-John just passed away a few weeks ago, so sort of a timely reenactment here.
It is.
Skylar Kraft and Ellen Macias-Sanabia.
All right. We're here at halftime, and Gretna High School Marching Hawks to perform some Grease music.
No, you're good.
And so now the band getting set up, and they will be ready to go momentarily. We are here at halftime, and the Cavaliers leading by a score of 19-6. And you got some stats for us?
I do.
All right, how about let's hit those.
Unofficial stats. The Hawks rushed for 38 yards, passed for 24 for a total of 62, had 45 yards and penalties. Jefferson Forest rushed 158 yards, 37 passing, 195 total yards, with 40 yards and penalties. Out of that 158 rushing, number 5, Marstella, had 105.
All right, and so, but the Hawks were able to improve in the second quarter, although, Jefferson Forest still outscored them 7-6, but you started to see things click a little bit better for the Hawks, but certainly they're in a hole here, down by a score of 19-6, and as you said, Jefferson Forest will receive the kick to start the third quarter.
So I was just jotting some notes down. Hopefully, Coach will talk about jitters. Maybe they're getting that out of the system in the first half.
Yeah, I think what he's going to really talk about is that offensive line from Jefferson Forest just pushing the Hawks all around the field here in the first quarter. And it's not a lot you can do about that because the Cavaliers have the size advantage along that line. And the Hawks are just really having to hang on defense. And really, it could be worse. Jefferson Forest had a fumble that they could have turned into points early on. Of course, then the safety and getting the ball back again and quickly getting some points. Jefferson Forest scored 9 points before we really knew what had hit us. And then the Hawks seemed to come alive a little bit. Had that kickoff return called back, but they were still able to turn that kickoff into points. But that's just too little. They're going to have to get some more consistency on offense. And it's hard to do much when you've got a big line that's pushing you around. That makes it difficult. So the Cavaliers have controlled that line of scrimmage really from both sides, especially on offense. Mm-hmm. But on the defensive side, Wooden has had very little time to throw whenever he's able to go back to pass. He's got to get rid of it quick or either scramble around, which he was able to do on that touchdown pass. He scrambled around, found some time, and eventually hit Ryder Brooks for our only score in the game. But, again, there's a lot, just a lot that the Hawks are not going to be able to do against that Jefferson Forest line. So we'll see. Again, the Cavaliers will get the ball first, and we'll see how that goes. Again, we would like to thank Campers Care and thecrossfm.com for letting us piggyback on them on 104.3 FM and also on the internet through thecrossfm.com. You can also pick me up on Twitter at Voice of Hawks and also on the Spreaker.com. Just search Stuart Burnett and you'll find us there. So many ways for you to find us tonight and throughout the year, and probably we'll have more information on other ways later on this year. Mm-hmm. We think about Vernon Moon and the tribute tonight. We also think about Gretna Tire, their sponsorship through the years, and their sponsorship of faith, family, and football. And we will have more on that as the season progresses as well. Boy, this summer has been a wet one in some places, too, out in Buchanan County and out in Kentucky. Campers Care has been called on in a big way, and they've responded in a big way with 12 campers now deployed. They have 4 more on the way, and that'll give them 16 campers that are deployed at some point in the near future, just trying to meet the need. And the need is great, and the help has been great. They have been able to expand their footprint and through being able to provide these campers to families that have lost everything in some cases. And so we're just so happy to be involved with that. And we thank Devin and Campers Care and all those who have come on board to help in this cause. It's a great cause, and I was really shocked when he told me that 2 years ago, as of August 17th, they didn't have a single camper, and now they are going to have 16 shortly. All of these deployed out in the field to help for those who've lost homes through flooding, through fire, or whatever the reason, they have been able to respond in a big way.
Well, not only campers, but they help renovate homes as well, on the foundation. So whatever the need is, Campers Care is there.
I would invite you to tune in. I say tune in, old radio guy. I'm always using the word tune in. But check out camperscare.org. Also, you can check out their Facebook page and see some of the stories that will really surprise you as to what is going on and how they have been able to respond. And it's all through a network of givers,
Prayers
and blessings from God. You often wonder how you can get a blessing from a disaster, but it happens. I mean, a disaster can be overcome, and Campers Care is helping families to overcome life-altering disasters, and we just appreciate it so much. And
I love the story about the guy who lost everything, and they had a Bible. They put a Bible in each of the campers, and when he saw his Bible, it reminded him of his childhood Bible, and that brought me to tears.
And it was not only just a Bible; it was a white Bible, as I recall, with gold lettering, and someone had placed a Bible like that in the camper.
And that just meant the world to him.
So there's a lot of need out there, I guess is what we're trying to say. There's a lot of need out there, and Campers Care is trying to meet as much of the needs as possible. Of course, there's always more that can be done, and if you would like to help out, contact Campers Care, and they will direct you. They have on their website a way to donate. Just take a look, and if God moves you to become involved, if in a monetary way, or even if it's just to pray, whatever, I think would be greatly appreciated. A lot of good can be done if you set your mind to it and you have a plan. And someday I'm going to talk to Devin about how this came about. And I'm sure it's going to be a great conversation. Well, we're getting ready to start the third quarter now. Hawks in a hole, 19-6. And the Hawks will kick off here to the Cavaliers. Hayden Moon to kick. And there's the whistle. Might even do an onside kick here. We'll see. Well, they're going to kick it back to about the 30-yard line. The ball is loose. Jefferson Forest falls on it at the last moment. And I think it's number 4 who covered it. That's Hammersmith, who was able to fall on that. And the Cavaliers have it 1st and 10 at about the 31-yard line. All right, Stuart Burnett and Kim Burnett with you on the first Friday of the 2022 football season.
Beautiful night for football.
It is. Now look for this third quarter to see some cramps and things going on, because it's just the nature of the beast. All right. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Here's a handoff to Marsteller. Straight ahead, Marsteller. Flag on the play as well.
You can have it.
I got to unplug it. Y'all hang on just a second. I got to remember which plug is which.
That looks like that's the third holding call right now. It seems like all of them have come off first down.
Okay.
All right. So on that play, there was a penalty. Looks like about a 3-yard gain, but there is a flag and a holding against Jefferson Forest. And so that will back up the Cavaliers back to the 25-yard line.
So the 3 comes off?
Yep. All right, first down. No, keep the 3. Okay, so first down. Bell, the quarterback. Ready for the snap. He'll take it and hand off to Marstella. Bounces it outside. Marstella face mask there. I don't know if the official called it. Yes, he did.
There it goes.
Face mask on the tackle. And so that's going to be a penalty against Gretna. As that play went around the right side, Marstella was able to bounce that out quickly. And then one of the Hawks was hanging on there by the face mask. So this will make it a personal foul and a first down for the Cavaliers. So again, penalties are hurting themselves here. Penalties for the Hawks especially. So now the ball will be placed at the 46 of Jefferson Forest. And quarterback will take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Marstella. Marstella spins out of a tackle and finally brought down by Sparrow. Sparrow hangs on for the ride, gain of 2, and 2nd and 8. Marstella again showing his ability to bounce the run outside. Now 2nd and 8. All right, now 2nd and 8 now for the Cavaliers, leading 19-6 early in the third quarter. Bell has 2 receivers out wide right, 1 in the slot, and a keeper by the quarterback. He's going to run it, and he's going to be cut down about a yard gain. Over there was a couple of Hawks to bring him down. I can't catch the numbers.
Let's see. They would turn 11.
Might have been number 9 over there. It's just hard to see those jerseys. Gain of 1, 3rd and 7. All right, 3rd and 7. Receivers 2 to the left, 1 in the slot. And we got movement there. Jefferson Forest moving early as a receiver left early, and it'll be illegal procedure against Jefferson Forest. Number 3 for the Cavaliers. A little anxious there. That's Colton Childress who jumps early. Now brings it back to 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 for the Cavaliers. All right. Now it's going to be 4 receivers, 2 each way. All right, here's a snap. Good protection. Throw underneath. Number 4 complete, but a nice tackle coming up there. It's complete to number 4. That's a Hammersmith gain of about 6, so 4th and 7 coming up. Now 4th and 7 for the Cavaliers. You would think they might punt here, but they're going to go for it. So 4th down, and we've got timeout. Gretna burns a timeout here. I don't quite understand what they decided to do that for, but apparently they weren't happy with their alignment on a 4th and 7. So the Hawks will burn a timeout. Jefferson Forest leading 19-6 here early third quarter as we bring you the action here. Don't forget, we're back home again next week as EC Glass will come to town to face the Gretna Hawks. And then, of course, on the road the following week, traveling to Magna Vista to play the Warriors from Magna Vista. So
all 3 non-region games.
Tough schedule for the Hawks opening up this season. 4th down coming up here. Now they'll bring the punting unit in. Punting team is in. Back deep is number 7, Kamari Chatton, to receive this kick. All right, I think this might be the first punt of the night. Now, second punt of the night. This is Marstella who kicks it right out of bounds. Not going to get a whole lot of net gain on that as it goes out of bounds around the 36. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their 36-yard line. So first down for the Hawks. They get it back on offense. And really, this is a key drive here. This first offensive series here for the Hawks. They really need to put some points on the board to get back to within striking distance of the Cavaliers.
So the defense did their job.
All right, so here's Wooden to throw. Quick throw out. This is LaDonta Davis. He's able to find a little seam, and if not for a shoestring tackle, he may still be running.
Oh, my. 21.
LaDonta Davis, number 12.
Lucas Calkins caught him by the shoestrings.
Gain of about 6. That was Calkins who made this stop. All right, we mentioned earlier that Hawks might want to start throwing on first down. They did it there. We'll see if they will try to mix it up a little bit more. Just running the ball all the time. The Cavaliers have been on that. All right, here's another quick throw. This is incomplete.
Lost it.
So the Hawks have changed up their offense here, going to the quick throw type of offense. That one, though, incomplete, makes it 3rd, and we'll call it 3rd and 4. Third down and 4 now for the Hawks. Call made. They're looking at the wristbands and getting set to go. Looks like it's going to be on the right side here, LaDonta Davis, Ryder Brooks. On the far side, it's Maury Gunn, and can't catch the inside receiver. Man in motion is Davis. It's going to be Wooden to carry. Wooden finds a small seam, and he is going to be just short of that first down. Late flag coming in. This was about a 4-yard gain. He was within a yard.
Is it on Gretna?
We're waiting to see. Holding against Jefferson Forest.
Okay, we'll take it.
Defensive holding. All right, so that'll result in a first down. All right.
Face
We still don't know what the call is. But it's going against Jefferson Forest. This will move it down. It looks like it's going to be all right, down inside of the 45 to the 44. Now 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Jefferson Forest 44-yard line. Hawks with a little bit of momentum here in the third quarter. Man in motion, Davis. Melvin Wooden throwing the other way. His intended receiver fell down.
Number 5.
That was Ryder Brooks. Fell down before he could catch it.
So you think the grass is a little dewy?
I don't know. I think he's just lost his footing.
I see.
Unfortunately, he caught it, and so lost a yard there. Now they're going to say incomplete, move it back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure exactly. Yes, they're going to move it back to the line of scrimmage, so it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. All right, now we've got I think we're ready to go. 2nd down play, 2nd and 10 coming up.
So 2 receivers over to the left side.
All right, so Wooden from the shotgun. And, of course, he's under pressure. Breaks through.
Goes.
Breaks the tackle. Spins out of a tackle. Still on his feet. 45. Down to the 40, 35, 30. And inside of the 30-yard line, Melvin Wooden.
15.
Boy, what a physical run by Melvin Wooden.
He was not giving up.
Yeah.
Resilience.
Yeah, you do that a lot tonight, and you'll be sore tomorrow. 1st and 10.
Tonight. Hurting tomorrow. That's one for the team.
Inside of the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. And here's Wooden to carry as a holding penalty. Holding around the left side. This one's coming back. 77 for Gretna. Reached out and grabbed an arm. And you cannot do that. So this will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction, which looks like about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So this is going to make it probably 1st and 23. All right. So they'll mark it back up to the 43-yard line. 1st and 23. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Big holding penalty there against Gretna. All right, here's Wooden, another quick toss out. This is LaDonta Davis. He fumbles it. They're going to call it incomplete. So incomplete. And now 2nd down and 23. Hawks really need to get about half of this right here if they can. And if you're Gretna, you may want to try to fake the short throw and go deep. They're going to go deep. Gets decent protection. He's going for all of it. He's got Brooks out there. Brooks with a catch. 5. Touchdown, Ryder Brooks.
He did it.
43 yards. Ryder Brooks for 6. He actually had 2 receivers open deep. And Ryder Brooks had to wait on it a little bit, but caught it and carried it in.
He was at the right place at the right time.
All right, so the score goes to 19-12.
12-something in the 3rd.
And they're going to go for 1 here. All right, this is Donald Wilson III, who will attempt the kick. Hayden Moon will hold. All right, waiting for the snap. Low snap, it gets away. Wilson's going to have to try to run it. Wilson, and will not make it in. He'll be tackled at about the 8-yard line. So failure to be able to get that done as the low snap gets away. But the score now is Jefferson Forest 19 and Gretna 12. The Hawks are hanging in there. And they thought if they could get that point there, cut it to 6. But it all blew up there on the snap. And now the Hawks will have to kick off. But a nice drive put together there. They overcame an obstacle, 1st and 23. So normally they've gotten into long yardage situations. They haven't been able to get out of those. But this time they do. And Melvin Wooden with a big throw, 42 yards by my math, for the touchdown.
Mine has 43 yards. I'm going to leave it.
I'm not going to argue. All right, we've got confetti in the stands, too, on that. I kind of questioned the timing of that, but anyway, we'll take it. Now the Hawks to kick off. They kicked it a little bit deeper the last time, around the 30-yard line. We'll see what Hayden Moon does here. We haven't kicked it deep. They could kick it deep over on the far side from us, as they don't have a return man over there. But we'll see what Moon does. And he's going to kick it short. Fair catch was called and taken at the 35.
Number 4.
That was
Hammersmith.
So now, after the fair catch, Jefferson Forest starts from their 35.
Well, the cheerleaders are throwing T-shirts and footballs, and the fans are going crazy. Cups, all kinds of.
We'll see here if the Gretna defense can come up with another stop here. They got a late substitution coming in, trying to get his helmet on and get ready. They're on the line. All right. Here's a man in motion, number 28. The give, though, is going to be number 5. And he's got all kinds of room to the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, inside of the 5.
He's got it.
Touchdown, 65 yards for number 5, Marsteller. There's a flag on the play, which will come, I think, on the kickoff. Probably a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and what Jefferson Forest will be able to do is kick off from the Gretna side of the field. And just as the Hawks had answered back, the defense gives up the long run to number 5. Now that flag is waved off. Okay, the flag waved off. But Marsteller does the damage on the 65-yard run.
Well, you know, I said earlier he had 110 yards. He's got 175 now.
All right.
He looked like a bullet going down the field.
Here's the extra point, offsides. And so now, this is against Gretna. Offsides. And waiting to see what the Cavaliers will do. Score goes to 25-12. They may go for 2. Nope. Let's see. Okay, it's against Jefferson Forest.
Oh. False start.
So they'll back them up 5. Re-kick. All right, so now they'll back them up, and Jefferson Forest will re-attempt here. This is Cameron McClendon. Will be about a 25-yard extra point attempt.
I heard he's made a 34-yard.
Yeah, he made it tonight. All right. Here's the kick on the way. Looks like it might have went left. It's good. Makes it inside the left upright. And the score now is Jefferson Forest 26, Gretna 12. And so Jefferson Forest does exactly what they needed to do right there. When your opponent scores, if you can go right back and score, it takes all the momentum, and they did it right there on the first play from scrimmage. 65 yards by Marsteller. So now the Hawks back to the drawing board, finding themselves down by 13. And so the Cavaliers come out. They'll kick it off. Yeah, you wonder maybe if they'll kick it deep since they got a 2-score lead, but we'll see. All right. All right. Now waiting for the kick. And here's the approach of the kick. And it's going to be taken by Matthew Thompson. Thompson to the 35, comes around the right side, has a little bit of a wall. He breaks through one and slips up as he makes his cut down at the 37-yard line.
Guess who brought him down?
The turf brought him down.
Marstella had his arms on him, too.
Yeah, but Marstella didn't make that tackle.
I guess he fell down with him then.
Tried to make the cut and lost his footing. 1st and 10 for the Hawks from their 36-yard line. So now the Hawks have to try to answer back. 2 receivers each side. Man in motion is Davis. The give is to Hayden Moon. Hayden bouncing around back there. Not much there as he'll go left tackle for maybe 2. All right, they'll call it 1 second and 9. 2nd down and 9 now for the Hawks. I really liked the last drive where they were throwing the short passes on 1st down. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see them go back to that. We'll see. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Wooden to throw this time. Dumps it off. This is Davis, I think. Davis ahead for a good yardage for about 4. And I'm not sure that was Davis
It was Wooden.
or not on that catch.
It was Wooden.
No, Wooden threw it. Wooden threw it. I think it was Davis who caught it or Gunn. I'm not sure. Or it might have been Matthew Thompson. I'm not sure. So 3rd and 5 coming up for the Hawks. And this is really, you got to keep this drive going. Down by 13, third quarter. Hawks trying to answer back. Here's Wooden going to throw. Wooden under pressure. And he gets out of it, stays on his feet, and just will run it. And he's not able to get the first down. He picked up, as a flag there also.
53 was hitting the ground. He was just really upset, I guess, because he didn't bring Wooden down. But Gretna's got a holding penalty now.
All right, so they could decline this penalty. Jefferson Forest may decline this and bring up 4th down. Well, they're going to take the penalty. So that backs the Hawks up. It will remain 3rd down. Back to the 30-yard line. They've got to get to just past their 46-yard line. So on 3rd down, this is tough.
Ryder out there. Can he throw it to him?
If he has time. There's Wooden to throw, going for the deep ball again. And this one almost there, as they had to turn and try to make that catch and could not bring it in. Marsteller on the coverage, but that was number 7. I think it was number 7, the intended receiver, Kamari Chatton. Just could not pull it in as the ball was underthrown.
So the punting team's coming on?
Donald Wilson, the 3rd to come in to punt.
So I have this as the 5th punt of the night for the Hawks.
All right, so Cavaliers stand to get real good field position. Here's Wilson, gets a snap, gets a nice kick out of there, high, fair catch called, and we've got a little bit of contact. That's going to be another Gretna penalty.
Oh, it's on 5 too. I mean, against 5.
All right, so that's going to be a penalty against Gretna. Penalties are killing the Hawks.
Is that a personal foul?
That will be, could be. We'll see how they mark it. Waiting to see.
I won't just say it's a Marsteller night.
Well, his name's Marsteller, but anyway, I wouldn't mind some Marsteller, but
Marsteller.
I don't care for this Marsteller.
He's here, there, and everywhere.
All right. Here's a 15-yard penalty for running into the return man. You got, 5-yard penalty. Sorry.
5.
Okay. At the 45-yard line.
That was 50.
So 5-yard penalty there. Now 1st and 10 at the 45 of Gretna. And here's a handoff to number 20. This is Boone, who comes in to give Marsteller a breather, and he will bull his way in for about 7 yards.
Boone, 7 yards?
7 or 8. I think 7. So Boone picks up where Marsteller left off, and he's having a good night tonight as well. Now 2nd and 3.
85 yards and penalties on the Hawks.
All right, quarterback for Forest. We got a little bit of movement on the outside. That's illegal procedure, as the receiver picked his foot up early on the far side, number 28. And so that will be, I don't see. 28 is Bryce Wood. Picked his foot up early on the far side, the receiver. 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 8.
75 yards on the Cavaliers.
So a lot of penalties on both teams tonight. All right, 2nd and 8. And here's the give to Boone. Boone, nice alley there around the right tackle, down the right side, inside of the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up enough for a 1st down. takes the ball inside of the 30 at the 29-yard line.
How many yards?
It was about 13 maybe. Now 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. And now 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers, trying to salt this one away here. And here's a throw, looking deep, and cannot get it in there. Good coverage. Number 21, the intended receiver, was Calkins, but he was pinned to the sideline. Pretty good job there of coverage by the defender. So now 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 now for the Cavaliers. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And here's a little bit of movement there along the line. There was
is there a flag?
It's either offsides or illegal procedure. Illegal procedure.
Wow.
5-yard penalty against the Cavaliers here. And so now that'll back up the Cavaliers, makes it 2nd and 16. Maybe 17. We'll call it 2nd and 16.
Do you think they're getting tired?
I'm sure they are. When you get pushed around by big bodies, that will wear you down. All right. Now, 2nd down. Here's a man in motion, and he'll fake it. Quarterback keeps, tries to go straight ahead, and he will be pushed back. That was Bell, wrapped up there by the Hawks.
Number 16 for the Hawks, Rome Barber.
All right, so a gain of maybe 1. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. All right here for the Cavaliers. If they do anything here, they want to at least get in field goal range on 3rd and 15. A little bit of discussion there between a couple of players. And here's the quarterback to keep again, and that's not a good decision. But he will actually stretch it out and pick up back to about the 30-yard line. That's going to still leave 4th and about 6. 4th and 7 or 8. Will you attempt the field goal here? That's a long shot. You're looking at 40 yards. They're going to go for it. 4th and a long 7 here. Quarterback back to throw. Has protection going over the top, but there's a miscommunication. Receiver did an out route, and quarterback was thinking go route, and so ball was nowhere near. And the Hawks will take over on downs. Coming up on 9 o'clock here on a Friday night, our first night of Friday night football. And we're glad you've been able to join us. Things haven't gone the Hawks' way here tonight, but they're still hanging in here. Down by 13 here in the 3rd quarter. And again, if you can get a score and get back to within 1 score, it'd be great. Here's a little pitch coming around the right side. Good room there as Thompson spins out of a tackle and will go up to about the 39-yard line. We have an injured Cavalier as well.
He is hurting.
Cavalier there is number 10, I believe, who is down on the mat. That's Calkins. He will bounce up. Good run there by Thompson. First time they ran that pitch play tonight. And
how many did he get?
I think he got about 13.
13, okay. They are down 14 points.
What's the score?
26 to 12.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't watch Matthew. I was doing some math.
Still within 2 scores.
Yes.
All right, so they need a score here to get within one.
Looks like
score.
It's about a minute something.
All right, here's LaDonta Davis. Takes the handoff, cuts it inside, and going around the left end, and he'll pick up maybe 4. So second down now coming up. Second, and we'll call it 2nd and 6. Now second down.
He was fast, but could he have gone straight and gotten more yards instead of going across the field?
I don't know what the play call was. He could have bounced it outside, but he cut it inside and got what he could get there.
Yeah.
All right. They're going to run it again. Now they're going to fake it. Now to throw. And nowhere to go. Wooden finds a man late and makes the throw for the first down. That was number 5, Ryder Brooks. There's a flag on the play. This could be roughing the quarterback up. Nope, holding against Gretna. So this will come back.
Really? Where were they holding?
Good job. Well, they were holding on.
Everywhere?
So that was right in the neighborhood of where Wooden was standing. So,
but Ryder was where he needed to be. If that holding penalty hadn't been called, we'd be down the field.
All right.
Closer to the goal line.
Backs them all the way up to 2nd and 20. 22. All right, Wooden takes the snap and throws. He got a man open, complete there. Thompson with a nice catch. Gained about 8, 9, 10 yards. About 10. That's going to end the third quarter, I believe. It brings up a 3rd and 11. All right, so after 3 quarters, it's the Cavaliers in control, leading 26-12. Hawks need to get this drive in for 6 and hang their hat on their defense for the fourth quarter. So we'll see what they're able to do. Again, we're back home next week to face EC Glass. It doesn't get any easier. All right, we're starting to see some cramps here on Gretna's part. We see one of our players now having a cramp worked out. I'm not sure of the number there. So it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Hawks when we come back. You got to think it's probably 2 downs, down by 14 points. You feel like if you get anything positive on 3rd down, you're probably going to have to go for it on 4th. So now 3rd and 10. All right, it should have been 3rd and 11, but they make it 3rd and 10, and we'll take it. So again, trying to protect Wooden, give him time to make a short pass here, and see if you can make some yards after the catch. They're going to line up 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And here's the snap. Wooden throws it, and it's nearly intercepted.
Ooh.
Tipped and nearly intercepted. And 4th down coming up. LaDonta Davis, a little bit slow getting up there. I think he's having a little cramp issue. Now 4th down. And if you're Gretna here, they're going to bring the punting team in. So the Hawks have decided to kick it away here. You wonder if they'd gotten anything positive on that 3rd down play that they might have went for it. But now 4th and 11, the Hawks will punt. So 4th down. And here's the kick. Kick will take a bounce and actually hits a Gretna player, unfortunately. And that stops probably at least 5 more yards on the roll.
It's right on the 40-yard. 39, 40-yard line.
Just inside of the 40-yard line is where the Cavaliers will start. You got to believe that Gretna defense is tired. The Cavaliers have been out there a lot here in the second half on offense. And really, the Gretna defense really needs to come up with a stop or a turnover here to give the offense a chance. Trailing 26-12 here in the fourth quarter.
11-something on the clock.
Quarterback takes it, hands it off to Marsteller back in the game. Marsteller got tired on that one and fell down for a short gain. Give him about 3. And 2nd and 7 now for the Cavaliers. Now 2nd down. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. I think Marsteller is in at running back here. And here's the quarterback to throw quickly, incomplete. Throws low and behind his intended receiver. Goes incomplete and 3rd down. Now 3rd down and 7 for the Cavaliers. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Cavaliers. And the best thing you could hope for here is a quick 3 and out if you can get it here. Big 3rd down play, because if you can force a punt, it gives you an excellent opportunity to get that ball back to your offense. Now man in motion comes across. Handoff is Marsteller. Marsteller stood up, and he'll be brought down a couple of yards. And 4th down coming up. I think there's a flag also out there somewhere on the far side. And if you're Gretna here, okay, procedure call against Jefferson Forest. And
we declined.
That is declined. It makes it 4th down. All right, so the Hawks punted the ball and get it right back. 3 and out there, so
go defense.
Good strategy by the Gretna coaching staff there. Now, if you can get a return. All right, the Cavaliers a little bit of trouble getting their punt team lined up. They may have to burn a timeout. Delay of game against the Cavaliers, and they were on the wrong page on the punting team right there. All right, so now makes it 4th and 10. With Marsteller punting, you wonder if they might fake it a lot. He's going to kick it away. This one is going to be kicked right to the return man, but he fell down making the catch. That was Chatton, who took it on the run at the 35, but also took a knee as he was able to take that in. That had a good return all over it if he could have just kept his footing. So from the 35, 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
There's lots of excitement out in the stands.
And Jefferson Forest sent a pretty good crowd over here from Bedford County tonight as well. And, of course, Gretna as well. All right, here's Wooden to carry. Wooden going right up the middle and pushes the pile ahead. And he's going to get about 6 on that. 6 yards gain there from Melvin Wooden.
21 is coming up slow.
Caulking for the Cavaliers, slow getting up, but he does get up. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Now 2nd and 4, 2 receivers each way. Quick throw out to the right side, and 1 tackle broken, still on his feet. And Boy, he'll get the first down.
Man.
And he is wrestled down by a bunch of Cavaliers on the far side. But enough for a Gretna first down.
Who was that?
It might have been Davis. I cannot see over there. So first down.
He got
about
3, 4.
He got about 5 on that. They needed 4. He got 5. First and 10 for the Hawks. 2 receivers each side. Wooden will take the snap. Decent protection, but he breaks out now. Looking for some blocks. Breaks a tackle. Breaks out of another tackle. He's to midfield, and he is going to finally fall down at about the 47-yard line. That Melvin Wooden is just a beast out there. We've got 2 Cavaliers injured on that play. A gain of 7. The clock will stop here for the injuries. 2 Cavaliers down. Number 21, who was down earlier in this series, that is Calkins, and then number 62, I believe it was, Joshua Holt, still down, grabbing his leg. So that was a physical run, and a couple of Cavaliers paid the price there on it as well.
I'll tell you, Melvin Wooten is a bull.
Yeah, you hate to see your quarterback have to run it like that, though, because you want him to last the season.
I know.
All right, so looking at the lower leg, I think it's the right leg of number 62, maybe even around the knee. We're taking a look at that. 62 is Joshua Holt. He is a senior and looks like a lower leg injury of some sort here on the right leg. No, they're working around the knee area. I think I'm going to help him up, though, I think. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's a cramp. I think he's got a injury that appears to be getting better as he walks.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll keep him out the rest of this game. All right, that's 62. Holt going out for the Cavaliers. He is a senior. All right, so now second down and 3 for the Hawks.
He's also the left tackle and defensive end. Looked like he was favoring the inner part of his upper left leg.
All right, second down. Low snap. Wooden has to pick it up, and he'll do what he can with it. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up 1. So now third down coming up, third and about 2. Third and 2 now for the Hawks. Trailing by 2 scores here. The Hawks need points. Here's Wooden with a quick throw out. A little bobble by Davis. He breaks out of a tackle, stays on his feet, but he's still not going to get the first down. Good pursuit there by the Cavaliers as they were able to eventually wrap him up for no gain. So no gain on that, 4th and 2, and you got to go for it here. All right, 4th and 2 for the Hawks here. Hawks burning some time here. All right, they got to get this play off. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 4th down, and it's Wooden to throw. He rifles it, intercepted by number 10, 20. Ethan Boone with the interception, returns it to about midfield. And so that drive ends on the INT by Wooden. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers now at the Gretna 49.5-yard line. Now 2 scores down. The Hawks defense has got to go for the turnover here. down by 14. If you can get another 3 and out, that would be great. You just can't give up points here. All right, here's Marsteller on the carry around the left side. Marsteller in the open. Brought down after about an 11-yard gain. That was Marsteller. And Marsteller's got to be around 200 yards.
187.
187 here, unofficially by our tally. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers now. Timeout by Gretna. Hawks take a timeout here. Reminder again, we're back home, the friendly confines here of Lester Bond Field, as we host the EC Glass Hilltoppers next Friday night here. So from the frying pan into the fire next week. So we'll see what EC Glass has to offer next Friday night. And then we go on the road to face the Magna Vista Warriors in 2 weeks. So that's the way it looks opening up here for the Hawks. We knew they had a tough 3-game schedule at the start of this year, and it certainly is looking to be so. So, again, with 2-score deficit here, Hawks need to make something happen quickly and not give up points here. You got to watch. You may be gambling here. You better watch out as the Cavaliers may try to salt this one away with a quick strike. Here's the Marsteller on the run around the right side. Cuts it inside. Short yardage there for Marsteller. Gain of 2. Second down. So 2nd down and 8. Short 8 on this one. And so now 2nd down and short 8 coming up.
6-something on the clock.
All right, the Cavaliers in no hurry, being very deliberate, running clock here on the play. Now on 2nd down. Here's the handoff to Marsteller. Straight ahead, gain of maybe 4. Brings up 3rd down and 3 coming up. 3rd and 3 now for the Cavaliers. Now 3rd down.
That's true.
3rd down and 3 here for the Cavaliers. 2 receivers out to the wide side right. And here's Marsteller. He's got the 1st down, scoots across the 25-yard line. And he will have enough for the 1st down.
197.
25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Adding up his yardage, 197 at the moment. 19 carries.
All right, on 1st down, 1st and 10. And then here's a handoff to no, this is Boone back in, number 20. And he will get a yard or 2. So 2nd down and 9 now for the Cavaliers. So 2nd down and 9 now for the Cavaliers here as they are in control, driving the ball here, trying to add the cherry on the top of the win tonight as they are 2 scores ahead, leading by 14. And a drive here to try to salt it away. All right, quarterback takes it, hands it off to Boone, left side. Boone Bulls ahead for about an 7-yard gain. That's Ethan Boone on the left side. So now 3rd down coming up. 3rd and a long 3. 3rd and a long 3 for the Cavaliers. All right, so the Hawks, again, you need a scoop and score or something here to get a score. So 3rd and 3. All right, here's Boone on the carry. And he is going to be near the first down. I think he's got it. Yeah, he's going to get about 5 and picks it up. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers now inside of the red zone at the 14-yard line. Now 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. All right, Cavaliers, a new set of downs here on 1st and 10. And the quarterbacks, receivers wide right and left.
Jefferson trying to ice this game away.
And here's the run by Marsteller, and he bulls his way into the end zone. That's Marsteller in for the score. Takes it from 14 for the score. Career night for Marsteller. Puts him over 200 yards on the night. Runs the score now to 31. And the extra point coming by number 31 for the Cavaliers. There's McClendon in for the kick. And it's good. So the score now goes to 33-12. And the Hawks will get the ball here with a little over 3 minutes to go in the game. And that puts it out of reach, really. So the Hawks now down by 3 scores. And waiting now for the kickoff here momentarily. Again, we remind you we'll be back here next week to host EC Glass. And then it's on the road to face Magna Vista. And so tough little row there. Tough little row to hoe for the Hawks here to start out.
Don't forget, come out tomorrow and support the youth
Little
program.
League is going to be here tomorrow playing. Times, I think it starts maybe at 10. All right. Now the kick is number 31, Cameron McClendon. And he may kick it deep right here with a 3-score lead. Maybe he'll kick it deep, and we'll see what these Gretna return men can do. And we got a timeout, Jefferson Forest. Odd time for a timeout. They were short a player. Marsteller was not out there, so they bring him in, call a timeout, bring him in. And we're waiting for the kick now. All right. Here's the whistle and the kick on the way. This one is going to get past and go into the end zone for a touchback. All right, so the Hawks will get it at the 20. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their 20-yard line. What do you do here? Do you throw it or just go ahead and concede and just run it at this point?
I say don't give up. Just see if you can.
I'm not saying giving up. I'm just saying you want to get out of here without any injuries and games out of reach. All right. All right, so we got a new quarterback in. Quarterback is number 15, I think, here on the handoff. And that is Broden Moon. Broden Moon in at quarterback. Is it 15? Yes, 15 is the quarterback. So Moon in at quarterback. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. So Moon takes a snap, a high snap. He's going to keep it, and he's going to break out of a tackle, but he has nowhere to go. And so loss back to the 16, 17-yard line. And so 3rd and 13. Third and 13 now. All right, so we've got a late substitution. Too many players on the field. And now 3rd down. A low snap, gets away from the quarterback, and he is going to he's going to have to take it inside of the 10 at about the 6-yard line. Brings up 4th down. So down to about this 7-yard line, and a punting situation here.
A minute, something on the clock.
All right, so they're going to bring the punting team in. Now with the ball at the, I think, the 7-yard line. Wilson to punt. You need a good snap here. All right. Waiting for the snap. And might get a delay of game here. Okay. Delay of game against Gretna. All right. They'll back it up to about the 3.5-yard line. And now the punt. Now waiting for the punt. Gets a snap, kick away. And a fair catch call for, but he'll run out from under it, and it'll be down by a Gretna player, number 55. And so the Cavaliers take over at the Gretna 27-yard line. We'll have a little bit of time to do stats here at the end of the game, but not a whole lot of time. So we won't hang around much after the game. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. And here's the handoff to number, check that, number 20. Let's check it. Still not sure.
27?
22 on the carry. That was 22 who got 3 yards. And that's going to do it. All right, teams are lining up as we are down now, and there won't be a need to run another play. And both teams are heading out for the congratulatory remarks and pats on the back. And the Cavaliers avenged the 12-9 loss last year at home with a 33-12 win
33-12
over the Gretna Hawks here to open up the 2022 campaign. All right. While we wait on the stats, we will remind you again, thanks to Gretna Drug for all their work and support over the years, and for their support of thecrossfm.com. Thanks again to Campus Care, and we will continue to tell you about Campus Care throughout the season, and we'll give you some updates on things they are doing in the field right now involved very much in Pilgrim's Knob, Kentucky, and getting some campers deployed there. And so we, again, wish good travels for those who are taking those campers out. And just pray for safety. And so, again, as we get some final tallies, a reminder again that next week we will be back here against EC Glass, and the Hawks certainly have their work cut out for them there as the Hilltoppers come to Gretna.
You know what? They would love to have as many fans in the stands next week as possible.
Definitely.
To help cheer them on.
Yes.
Encourage.
Yes. Yep.
Game time 7 p.m.
Yep. So be sure to join us. Join us next Friday night. Again, we'll be on the air at 6:45. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. So you be sure and join us next Friday night. Now, again, as we look at some final stats, we are almost there on that. Congratulations again, and a career night for Marsteller. A stellar night for Marsteller, Alex Marsteller. He went over 200 yards tonight with a couple of big runs as well for touchdown. Just an outstanding job by Marsteller tonight. And we'll see the final stats are going to heavily favor Jefferson.
I haven't added up the penalties yet.
Don't worry about the penalties.
Gretna had 92 rushing yards, 83 passing for a total of 175. Mm-hmm. Jefferson Forest had 303 rushing yards, 43 passing, 346 total.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking for our stats. I mean, our final stats.
Right here.
175. So about twice the yardage that the Cavaliers were able to get. And, boy, it looked hopeful when the Hawks cut it to 12-6. Mm-hmm. But it was just not to be as Jefferson Forest runs away with it at the end for a final score of 33-12. Congratulations to the Cavaliers. And we're going to close out for here. And, again, if you'll join us next Friday night at 6:45 for the matchup with EC Glass right here at Lester Bond Field. We thank you. Thanks for all who tuned in tonight.
What matters now and always?
And remember, what matters now and always is the cross.
Amen.
Good night for now. We'll turn it back over to 104.3 for regular programming. Good night. Talk to you next week.